I actually sat down and watched a recording that I had of Monday Night Raw. That was the December 7th episode. And I'm puzzled. What makes me puzzled is the fact that Asuka, the women's champion, is teaming up with Lana for the tag team championships between Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler at TLC. My question is why? Like, why is this happening? Why are they going out of their way to make Lana a babyface? I don't understand the logic here. The whole build that they have for Lana being a babyface has been done poorly. And I know people are like, well, you know, there's something to it. Just be patient. Be patient about what? The thing is, the WWE is going out of their way to have you forget what she did prior to this. Her past transgressions mean nothing anymore. Did y'all remember the whole infidelity angle that they had between her, Rusev, and Bobby Lashley? Only for it to have a finale with the wedding in the middle of the ring, and then all of a sudden she had a lesbian tryst with Liv Morgan. Did anybody forget the scene that her and Bobby Lashley were kissing Rusev, a broken Rusev, after getting kicked in the balls and him being on the ground in pain, only for her to be kissing him while stepping on his balls? Like, did anybody forget that? I'm sorry. Did anybody forget that? And she had no conclusion to that storyline at all. Her character has never been a full-fledged babyface since the beginning. Her and Rusev started off being heels. But then as time went on, sure, she was mistreated by Rusev and she became a babyface because she was with Dolph Ziggler. Of course, anybody's with Dolph, he becomes a babyface or a heel. But she ended up becoming a babyface for that reason. But then when they got back together because of real life engagement, we know what went on from there. I'm not going to go too much into it. But the fact of what she did with Bobby Lashley, marrying him, kayfabe, of course, only for him to dump her because she was annoying, what makes her a babyface here? And what makes her the sole survivor of Survivor Series? None of that makes any sense. I'm not even a fan of Bianca Belair, but it should have been Bianca Belair. She was the third person in that match, holding her own. She earned that spot, only to give it to Lana for standing there like a well-trained dog? That makes no sense. I'm sorry, the biggest issue that I have with this company, not so much the company, but with Raw in general, with Raw and sometimes SmackDown, is the continuity issues. If you want to have storylines, you got to understand that your fans are smart. They're going to remember what that character did prior, and if it doesn't make any sense now, they're gonna bring it up, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube. It's going to be brought up. Fans aren't dumb anymore. And Lana had no payoff. Well, not so much a payoff, but she never really had a blow off when it came to this feud as she had with Rusev and with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, sure, she had a minor one, but Rusev was the biggest offender. I'm sorry that what she did to him, that had to be some sort of reconciliation or some sort of conclusion. Maybe not reconciliation, but a conclusion. The fact that she would come up to him and apologize for what she did would be a small version of a conclusion, but it would be one. Why would I root for someone that did that to her husband? I'm sorry. And openly did it. For what? Because she was tired of having sex with him. Yes, that was a part of the storyline. How dumb that was. But that was the reason. The thing is, I would root for Lana more if there was a conclusion to that prior feud. But it was not a conclusion at all. And we know what happened to Rusev. Rusev ended up being fired, and now he's Miro on AEW. We know this. But the fact that that storyline did not have a proper conclusion, and Bobby Lashley is on the same show as Lana, I'm sorry. I can't root for anybody like this. So in my humble opinion, every table shot that she had, every time she was driven through the table by Nia Jax, she deserved it. She deserved every bit of that pain. Why? Because of what she did to her husband. That is what the problem is here. If you're trying to make this woman into a baby face, you should have concluded the prior feud that she had with her husband. You should have concluded that prior storyline. And that would make more people root for her. But yes, annoying as it is for her to be going through a table for 9 weeks, she earned every bit of it. I'm sorry. She deserved those table hits. She deserved those table shots. She deserved every bit of that pain because she did that to Rusev. So in a way, instead of her being a babyface, that makes Nia Jax a babyface. That's just me. It makes more sense for Nia Jax to be a babyface than Lana because of what Lana did to Rusev. I don't think anybody planned this out. They automatically assume that fans will be stupid, fans will automatically forget, and you'll be able to go and do another storyline without them remembering. You fail to remember. Technology has advanced. You record everything you do, and you put them online, which means that is evidence to show that, hey, this is full of crap, and you're full of crap. We can prove it now. But in the 1950s, 1960s, on down to the 80s, you couldn't do that yet because YouTube wasn't invented. But now that we have YouTube, you can be proven wrong. That's the biggest flaw here. Lana's no babyface. She's a heel. I'm sorry. She might turn into a babyface later on, but she is absolutely no face here. She's a heel, which makes Nia Jax the babyface. How twisted is that?